We're joined by Odyssey NFL insider Brian Baldinger, host of the Best Football Show podcast. Insider Calls brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side. Baldy, I want to start with something that's been bothering me. Giant fans have been calling up all week talking about how they're close and this and that, and their talent is better than the record. What do you see when you watch the New York Football Giants, first team eliminated of all the teams for the second straight year, 2-10? You think their talent is better, a lot better than what the record is?
No, it is what it says. I mean, you give up, 3 40-plus yard runs to Jahmyr Gibbs. How good are you? I don't care if you're Brian Burns or Abdul Carter or Dexter Lawrence. I mean, we all know where those guys were drafted, but, I mean, you give up runs like that and one in overtime where nobody even touches Jahmyr Gibbs to go for a touchdown. I don't think you're very good.
Well, Baldy, I'm from the school. I would disagree a little bit here. I hear you. I mean, you are what you are. You got 2 wins. I get it. But there's been a lot of bad Jets and Giants teams that we've watched, and they just languish through a half with 1 first down, and they score 3 points and can't stop anybody. I guess the greater point is, if you can compete for 3+ quarters, score, make some plays, you got to have a little talent. Like, they're not the Titans.
Yeah. No, they're not the Titans. That was the best offensive performance I saw them all year. I mean, that was really strong. I mean, Jameis, outside of you like to see him maybe kick that field goal on 4th down. But regardless, I mean, that was a good performance considering you're throwing to Isaiah Hodgins and, Wandale's your number 1 guy and, all that stuff. And so I thought the offensive line played really well against a good front. To your point, I mean, offensively, that was a good performance. And defensively, for 3 quarters to keep Detroit down, I mean, there was much worse teams out there than the 2-9 Giants right now.
What do you think of the job Kafka's done here so far as the interim head coach in 2 weeks?
Well, I thought it was a good performance. I mean, he went deep in his bag with, some of the deceptive plays that he ran. They were well executed. That means that they were at least practicing them, and to pull them out there and execute them in a game like they did, I thought was pretty strong. I thought he was pretty clever in some of the play designs, and just the execution, what they asked Jameson to do, which, was to run it a couple of times. I thought Kafka was pretty good. I got to give him passing grade on how that offense executed on Sunday.
You think he gets a real chance to win the job here?
I mean, they obviously know him. And so, it's a question of what's the best fit for the team, and whoever's going to make that decision. Is Joe going to make that decision? Is the mayor's going to make? I don't know who's going to make that decision, but you would at least talk to him about the ideas that he has. I mean, he knows the personnel better than anybody else that would be coming in the door, which doesn't mean anything, because Mike Vrabel didn't know anybody up in New England, and he's got the hottest team in the league. Yeah. So, I think you should at least not just courtesy, but he's been there he's toiled. And he might be ready. I don't know. You never know until these guys get the opportunity. But, he's basically campaigning for the job right now.
Yeah, no doubt. And the conventional thought is like, hey, if you're the head coach and they don't keep you there as you're an interim, well, there's no way you're going to stay in the building and be the OC. I mean, that right. Doesn't make – okay. And I agree with that. But in this situation, let's say somebody like McCarthy, like a veteran, gets the job, and the veteran wants Kafka to stay on, and Kafka trusts the veteran's vision. Would it be the worst thing in the world to work with Dart for a full year, with Neighbors, with Cam back, with some draft equity, and then go out and hit the coaching cycle next year?
Well, I mean, then are you just delaying it? Are you just delaying the inevitable? I mean, look, if they turn it around with him, then you don't have to worry about that. But if they're struggling and out of contention here in November, then you're just delaying the whole process. Like, what would be the purpose of delaying it?
BT and Sal on the Fan. Insider Calls are brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side. New York football has been god-awful. It's been that way for a while, Baldy. We get some good games coming up on Thanksgiving. The team that just beat the Giants here, the Lions, they'll start things off with the Packers. I can't figure the Lions out. I thought they'd be much better than this. I thought they were going to destroy the Giants on Sunday. I was wrong. What are you seeing with Dan Campbell and his Detroit Lions here?
They're a big play team generally. Like they lost the tight end, Sam Laporta. Everybody has injuries, but he was a big part of what they did. I think that the Giants did a pretty good job controlling the offensive line. They didn't look like a dominant offensive line to me for much of that game until Jahmyr Gibbs got loose there at the end. But yeah, defensively, look, I mean, they basically made Aiden Hutchinson disappear in that game, and he's their best pass rusher and their best playmaker. They've got rookies at safety. They've got small backups playing defensive backs, and those guys, Meek Robertson is a nice player, but like he's their best corner right now. They've had so many injuries in their secondary, and it's really caught up. Teams are, taking advantage of that right now.
Baldy, are we just seeing where, and we've heard this a lot, and there's examples, but I think this year is a really good illustration of it, where the good teams, the really good teams, like the Lions were supposed to be, are a little thin because, once that quarterback gets that big second contract, you just lose. Even the Bills with Josh Allen, Burrow goes down. That defense is awful in Cincy. Like, I feel like the situations around the NFL are more impacted by the quarterbacks getting paid and these quote-unquote good teams losing players that kind of help keep them amongst the elite in the NFL.
Well, I mean, you're right. I mean, look at what New England's able to do with a rookie contract. With Drake May right now, they could go get Milton Williams and Harold Landry and Robert Spillane, really fill up their defense, and go get, Diggs. And so they spent their money wisely on players that have all made major contributions. Now, they also hit in the draft. I mean, they've got 4 rookies starting on the offense right now, and they're really, really good. So, it was a combination of a great coach, a lot of money to spend. They spent it wisely, and they have a rookie contract. When Drake May gets paid, when that time is, whenever they decide to do that, they're not going to be able to keep a lot of these veterans that are making, real good contributions right now.
You look at the second game on Thanksgiving, Dallas and the Chiefs, as an elimination game here for each of these teams?
They're right there on the cusp. I mean, there's 5 games after this week. I just saw the Chiefs, come from behind and hit some explosive plays to beat the Colts. It's basically you're playing yourself out of the competition. But, I mean, if everybody beats everybody up, we might see teams that are 9-7 in the playoffs this year, the way it's going. And so it's a possibility that somebody could still stay alive. But, if the Cowboys go to 5-6-1 with, 5 games to play, that's going to be pretty tough. They almost have to win out in order to get in.
Do you like it when it's like that? Like that kind of parity and like a couple of teams that are barely 500 getting in? Is that good for the league here?
No, I mean, I just got done watching the Rams. I mean, they look head and shoulders above everybody. But Seattle's very good. New England is very good. The Eagles can be, although, and we'll see what the Chicago Bears are on Friday against the Eagles. We'll learn a lot. I mean, if Chicago comes to Philadelphia and beats them, you have to consider them that team. With a big winning streak and a hot quarterback and a good coach, you got to consider them to be an elite team. Normally, like right now, I don't believe there's 7 playoff-worthy teams in either conference. It doesn't look like it, and so, but we've seen that before where it's a little diluted. Wild card weekend, we see some blowout games.
Not like this, though, Baldy. I think at this point of the season, there's always like 2 or 3 defined heavyweights. Like, no doubt, top teams. I know the Rams are good, and I'm with you on them, but I think outside of them, everything else is debatable who the next 2, 3, 4 best teams are.
Probably. I mean, we'll see about the Patriots. They've answered every test. They went to Buffalo and won. They went to Tampa and won. They've answered every test. They got an easy quiz this week, but they're going to get tested, down the stretch a little bit with some teams. But I mean, they got a 9-game win streak, and they don't make many mistakes. And the quarterback is really good.
You mentioned the Bears. I can't get myself to believe in them. It's not just the way that they're winning these games. I just don't trust the Bears and Caleb Williams. It's been impressive. Do you believe that they are a legitimate team? I know this game Friday is going to be a big, measuring stick, whatever you want to say, if they can win that game. I don't expect that to be the case. Where do you think, though, Baldy, the Bears are overall legitimate team in the NFC?
Well, they lead the league in takeaways. You're giving extra at-bats to the offense. The offense doesn't make many. They made one mistake against Pittsburgh last week, but that defense is taking the ball away at a rate that nobody. I mean, they're going to have 40 takeaways at this rate right now. Wow. The top 2 interceptors, Kevin Byard and Nashawn Wright, they both lead the league with 5 interceptions. If you keep taking the ball away like that, they're going to win a lot of games. It's just the way this league always goes with the turnover ratio. And the quarterback. He knows what he's looking at right now, And the offense makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of creativity to it, but they never get very far away from the basics of being able to run the football, especially in short yards and goal line situations.
Mm-hmm. By the way, I didn't think that Caleb Williams was this accurate.
He's not. I mean, he's completing 60% of his passes. He's still missing too many, but but he doesn't play a frenetic style like he did last year. His feet are in the ground. It's heavy play action. He's under center a great deal of the time, maybe more than any other team in this league right now. The two rookies that they drafted on offense right now, Luther Burden and Colston Loveland, are really coming on. They don't look like rookies now. Like, they're real playmakers for him. And Kyle Monangai from Rutgers has been a really good contributor to him. So they got a good rookie class. The left tackle was a rookie last week, Trapillo from Boston College. All the rookies have showed up. And then the coach is he doesn't coach the quarterback. He coaches all 53 guys.
Now you gotta love that. All right, last one for me. Give me a quick answer on this because it's going to lead to something a little bit bigger. I want to at least give the Jet fans a throw him a bone here. You think Cam Ward could play? Can he play? Yes or no?
Yes, he can play.
Okay. Then that changes things. And I was going to ask you because right now the Titans have the top spot, the Giants are 2, and then it's the Saints, the Jets, and the Raiders. Now, obviously, the Saints, the Jets, and the Raiders are all hunting quarterbacks. The Giants don't need that. They've got Dart. And that's why I asked about Cam Ward. Like, if they were not sold on Cam, I was going to ask you if there was a chance that maybe the Titans would take a quarterback. I know that's unconventional, but I think most people assume, well, the Titans will trade out, and I just needed your opinion if they were going to, remain absolutely married to Cam Ward. And you like the young man. You think he's good?
I like him a lot.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, I saw him a couple weeks ago, and I said, we need good young quarterbacks. And he's throwing to a rookie tight end, a rookie wide receiver, and the offensive line is a mess, and they fired their best coach, Bill Callahan, the offensive line coach, with his son. I mean, it's just a mess there around him. I mean, he might end up being one of these reclamation projects down the road, like Darnold or Baker. But, I mean, I think the kid can play, and he's as tough as can be.
You doing a game on Thanksgiving, Baldy, or what do you got? You off?
I am doing a Texas A&M in Texas on Friday, and I'm doing the Jets and Falcons on Sunday.
Condolences for that.
God bless you.
Baldy.
Hopefully you don't eat too much on Friday.
if you want to double dip, you have some travel issues, so you try to get home for the holidays, and the Jets are right up the road for me. So I'm going to make the game fun. I'll tell you that.
There you go.
Happy Thanksgiving, Baldy. We appreciate your time.
Likewise, guys.
We'll talk to you next week,
brother. You bet.